Let's go Predators. Ain't no way today, boys. The Oilers win a big one, 5-3 over top of the Nashville Predators to snap an absolutely ugly losing streak. And here we are. Now we can break it down a little bit. A very special game all around for quite a few guys in our lineup, right? You got to think about Leon Draisaitl, birthday boy. Well, come on. He gets some good goals and definitely helps contribute to a huge win for us. And Mikko Koskinen, his first start as an Edmonton Oiler. I will admit, at the beginning of the game when I knew who was starting, I texted Buddy and I said, ain't no way we're winning tonight. And then Mikko Koskinen, he goes in and turns in an absolutely unbelievable, phenomenal performance to get us a 5-3 victory in Nashville. Now this is the even bigger thing, right? This is my first kind of trying to react to an Oilers game after watching it live, and I hope you guys enjoy. So if you want to see more of it, definitely think about hitting that subscribe button and leave me a like. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. But like I said, a 5-3 victory, an important 5-3 victory, because let's go break down the stats right here. Taking a look at the Pacific Division, the top 3 teams in the Pacific Division have each respectively 1, 10 games played, 2, 11 games played, 3, 9 games played. And if you know, like I know, as an Oilers fan, how many games we've played, yes, we've played 9, and we sit with a record of 5-3-1. And guess what? That's good for 11 points, and even better yet, Oilers fans, you ready to hear this one? We are 1 point out of the division lead. This is exactly where we thought we would be at this part of the year, right? Fighting for the top spot in the Pacific. Well, guess what? It feels good to be here. We've had a couple of dark days, right? That loss to Nashville last week was pretty dark. A shutout. UC Saros did his own thing again against us. I was there in Edmonton last season when he did that brilliant, like, I don't know, how many shots? I think we had like 46 shots or something stupid in his shutout in Edmonton last year. You know where I was? I was across the building somewhere having a little bit of fun, trying to make myself feel a little bit better after that loss. So, okay, that's framed. That's fine. UC Saros, not invincible anymore. The Oilers get to him 5 goals, of course, 1 being an empty netter, so we can't exactly say UC Saros was totally flawed, only giving up 4 goals, not 5. Let's not make sure we're not giving him as much credit as he is owed for keeping them in there as much as he did. We had something like 40 shots. Let's actually go to NHL.com and get the tally of shots on net. Well, you see by this shot on goal margin, there were 2 guys who didn't have shots on goal for the Oilers in that game. It was Alex Chiasson and Jujhar Khaira without shots on net. Now, Chiasson, we all thought, oh man, he's on a hot streak, he should be good. Well, he was a little bit quiet, and that is all right. You know what? You have a couple good games in a row, then you have a bad game. Not necessarily a bad game. Team didn't lose because of Chiasson, right? So let's scratch that Chiasson. You get the pass, see what you do next game. Khaira, let's not forget what Jujhar Khaira did for this team this game. He drew an important power play, and of course we scored on it. So that's as simple as it becomes, right? And now let's go take a look at the stats, shall we? Strome, no points. Let's move down the list. Tobias Rieder, 2 assists. Well, he was connecting with his German countryman in Leon Draisaitl, helping set up a very happy birthday for Leon Draisaitl, that's for sure. On only 1 of those goals, I do believe, we'll get the tally. I believe it was, yes, on the Kajula marker that Tobias Rieder drew his first assist. There you go. See, that's why you check the stats. Milan Lucic, you know what? Power play point, that's good on him. Leon Draisaitl, 2 goals, like I mentioned. And then you've got Drake Kajula with the 2 goals, Nuge with an assist. Connor McDavid continues to be 2 points off, point per game, doubled up average, right? 2 points per game, that would be unheard of in today's NHL. But he just needs a 4-point night against Chicago tomorrow afternoon. And bang, boys, we've got ourselves Connor McDavid with 20 points in 10 games played. How sweet would that sound? I mean, you've got, what's his name, Mikko Rantanen doing that kind of pace. But, hey, Connor McDavid is a hell of a lot better than Mikko Rantanen will ever be. So let's hold on and let them get even. Kailer Yamamoto, quiet night out of him, but I liked what I saw. Real nice flashes at times. had one bad play. I know the Drew Remenda and Kevin Quinn kind of touched on it a little bit. Said he needed to throw the puck towards the net, or no, who was that? Somebody needed to throw the puck towards the net for him. It worked some way around that. I can't remember. Too much excitement watching the goals go in. But Kyler Yamamoto, definitely a solid night out of him. Nuge, like I said, the assist. And then on the back end, Nurse and Clefbaum. Nurse, I didn't like it going back to Nurse on that Caggiula goal. But the fact that Caggiula was willing to stick with it, and that's kind of what we needed to see out of Caggiula, right? That he's willing to stick with it. That working out the way it did. Nurse gets the assist. I'm happy with what he did. Clefbaum, what can be said about Clefbaum? 30 minutes and 15 seconds time on the ice in this one. Absolutely insane for us to keep us going throughout that game, right? You think about how much Larson was off the ice. Larson only played 18-15. Any other defenseman on the team had to step up, and they all did, right? Russell, 18 minutes as well. Darnell Nurse, 17 minutes, 23 seconds. The bottom pair, 11:54 and 12:50. Garrison with 12:50. So I would have figured those guys would be closer to about 10 minutes, so they stepped up and played an extra about 2 minutes each. That's not bad. You got to think about how much special teams time Garrison got, though, so don't compare his numbers too heavily to previous games at this point. And you know what? Penalty minutes. Garrison did have a bad penalty. Shots on goal, 1. And the big number, though, he did sacrifice the body a little bit. 3 block shots to make sure he made up for, if he had questionable performance, he made up for it. Mikko Koskinen, well, how about this? 24 shots saved. 27 shots against for an .889 save percentage. And he played phenomenally for us. He only played 58 minutes and 59 seconds. He was off the ice for a minute 01, but that's because we had a couple great opportunities after drawing a penalty to move around the puck, and that's the other thing that I really have to touch upon. Mikko Koskinen, he looked big, he played big, he made key saves. Philip Forsberg did his thing, got a hat trick. Well, that's Philip Forsberg. That's just who he is. That's why Nashville is Nashville, right? They didn't have Philip Forsberg, they would be nowhere near what they are today with the Predators. But it's as simple as this, boys. It was a great game all around, great team game. Everybody was getting involved. Everybody was working hard, right? The fourth line was out there generating just dead time, right? The opponents weren't getting much when the fourth line was out there, and that's kind of the new NHL. The fourth line is the weakest line. It's kind of always been that way, but the fourth line role has evolved from being, oh, let's go change the pace of the game with an old whirly-turly scrap. No, it's now deaden the opponent, and that's exactly what Brodziak, Kara, and Kazian did for us this game. So huge. That's absolutely huge. Ryan Strome, like I mentioned, solid game on him, but not really noticeable out there. And what do we got to talk about? I really gotta say, go back to it and say how impressed I am by our 2-goal scores. Leon Draisaitl, this is the thing I've battled myself on all year, all last year. Is Draisaitl a good enough player to be getting paid what he is? Well, guess what? He absolutely proved it tonight, this afternoon, whatever you want to say. Pardon me, afternoon games, not my strength. But either which way, Leon Draisaitl goes out there, 2 goals. If he can continue to be point per game or 1.15 points per game throughout the season, average about 86, 89 points, that would be worth the contract, 100%. Think about what the Chicago Blackhawks, who we're going to face tomorrow, are paying Taves and Kane. Hello, wake up, smell the coffee. It's not as bad as it seems. So I think we're doing all right. And Mikko Koskinen, like I said, 89 save percentage. Hey, it's okay. He will get another chance. I doubt tomorrow it's back-to-back, but look later on in the week. I think Mikko Koskinen will draw in for another match. And Cam Talbot, I would expect him to come in tomorrow unless something has changed and I have not read up on Twitter enough. Either which way, boys, a solid 5-3 win for the Edmonton Oilers in Nashville to beat the I can't even say it. To beat the streak, boys. Let's go, Oilers. I'm Tyson. This is Stolen TV. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will catch you guys, as always, in the next one.